Hello my friends. I'm working on a mower that I now own. The owner traded it in because it didn't have a bag. And we have the typical warp on the Briggs Quantum primer assembly. Came off of here. And I've actually even gone up to 3 gaskets here and on here, between here and here. I'll show you those in just one second. So there's 2 of them glued together, and let's see, they go on like something like that. Whoops, excuse me. They go on something like that, and I'm still not getting a seal. When you really look at these old guys, there's a real dig in there, and then there's kind of nothing right after that. So it's like it's low there and high there. See, it's digging in there, and there's hardly any touching there. And they also have to seal all the way around. And up in this vicinity, you hardly see anything at all. So just have patience with me for just a minute. I'm going to fiddle around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set washers of the same height there. I don't know if I'll damage it or not. Oh, I see what my problem is. Okay. So we're going to set a washer there. And there. That's about as good as I can do. And I'm going to put self-tapping screws into the wood, and I'm going to actually take a heat gun and try and take the arc out of this. Am I crazy? Yep. I should have a gun with a number 8 in it. Some sort of a twisting device. How's that? That's going to reach. Now we might just need a little bit of a washer to spread that wear around. This could be just trial number 1, right? Okay, that's good. And I think I have to move this washer over a little bit more. And do the same thing again. And I'm going to bend it back, because as these are tightened, this becomes warped. You can almost see it. In my imagination, maybe. Now I don't want to deface this, right? Is it tight? Maybe. I'm just going to use a heat gun, make it more pliable, and then slowly tighten this up. But now from now on, I'm going to use a regular screwdriver. So the washers are here and here, and I'm bending them back down. And I just used 2 small washers of the same size, right? Woohoo! Okay, that's hot. Oh, you can actually see it changing shape. For the good or the bad, we don't know. I'm going to heat the whole thing up. Now, how far do you go? So that's the exact opposite pressure than the screws coming through the other way, right? If it's broken, you can't break it. Okay, that's hot. Okay, we'll put that on cool. Oh, I wanted to try something else though. So thanks for watching this, guys. We'll come back in a half an hour when this cools off. Okay, it's cool to the touch now. As long as I didn't damage the inside face of the, what do you want to call it? The inside face of the gasket. Right here is the one I'm worried about. Do you think I made any difference at all? Oh well. I've only got one owner machine to work on right now. So this is a prime time to experiment. And do we go down to 1 or do we go to 2? Let's go to 1. Stick that bad boy in there. That's got to go to there like that. Now this primer bulb isn't the best one in town either, eh? So now we're going to get our 3 bolts. Can I put this on after, or should I do it right now? I think I'd better do this right now. With a shot of self-confidence. I forget how that goes on there. Just like that. There's a happy little fella like that going on there. And I don't know whether I should try the single gasket method, which was my goal. I'm just going to squirt a tiny bit of... Sorry, Mick, I got to move the camera on you. Okay, so right inside there, on our friend, the... Oh, I'll just get you situated real good here. Can you see the little brass emulsion tube? So the air from the pulse of the primer comes into here. Watch this. See that? That's an exaggerated version of what we want to do. So I'd like to get it working the way it is, just out of principle. It's like school, right? It wasn't school I hated. It was the principle of the thing. Ding. So I'm just going to have a look at that myself now, because you guys hog the view. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm going to just turn you off, put all this back together again. I'm not going to cheat, and we'll come back. Okay guys, that's 1 priming gasket. See that? Look at how high it's going. Almost 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. We did not use the double gasket, which I glued together. Here. And now it will start like Jiminy Cricket. I never had much to do with Jiminy Cricket, actually. Okay. Should fire up. And we're ready. We'll warm it up and change the oil, and that's about it. We're done with this bad boy. This is essentially my spare mower until I sell it, right? Okay, why won't you start? Plugs in. Could be flooded. So I used the two different tacks, right? And they both read 3120. I'm going to leave them there. These old engines, like these, this is how old is this engine? This engine is, doesn't say. It's got to be right on the front somewhere. There it is. 1990. So that engine's 31 years old. I guess, yes, that's right. And so why would you take an engine that's been running at around 3,100 RPMs and push it up to 3450 or 3650 or whatever you think the maximum is when it's been running and cutting grass and it's still in good shape, not burning oil much? Why? So most of my old flatheads I run between 3150 and 3200. And this is a really nice quick check. And comparing the two meters, you can't get any better than that. If they both say 3140 or whatever the final result is, you know that if 2 meters say it, they're probably accurate. Blah, 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 blah. So now I'm going to change the oil in this old girl. You guys don't have to watch that, or do you? Oh, okay. Hang on. And yes, Dave, I'm going back to my stick. So you guys can lower your heads. There you go. And I'll lift it up. Good. Now, before we do this, I don't have the plug just out yet. I'm going to run it a little bit more. I want to get all the crap out of this engine. Just going to run it for a few seconds. Oh, I don't like that. Well, I'm going to change the oil anyway, so stick. Make sure the wheels are in the zone. Ouch. That should work. It's working. I'm going to take a break and come back in a bit. So two things on this mower. It was surging a little bit, so I did take the brass jet and bump up the vertical hole one size. And at the same time, which meant taking the nut off the bowl and draining the gas and all that stuff. That's okay. And at the same time I verified that we still have, after taking the bowl off, and yeah, we got great priming, so let's see if it starts now. And we need the clamp. The cramp! Two. Hello. So I did drill this bolt a little one step too far, and it was flooding and surging more. So I put the other one in, and from an old carburetor it said corroded on it, and we'll never use that carburetor. And we'll just give you a little look. I got it further down now. And we'll just see how well she starts. It likes to be primed. You won't hold that against it. So, sharpened blade, clean plug, that doesn't surge anymore, although you can just hear it in the background. But don't forget, guys, this is a spare lawnmower, and it's revving at 3160. And I don't mind, like I said earlier, I don't mind doing that on these oldies. I don't mind doing it on these oldies, and it does take 2 pulls, not 1. But this is the kind of thing that, pardon me, this is the kind of thing that a lawnmower mechanic likes to have sitting around. So somebody comes and they've got a major repair, or we're waiting for a part, and you can say, well, if you want to get your lawnmower, if you want to get your lawn cut, just come on down and I'll give you this one. And you know, if it takes a week or 2 for your part to come in, great. So this is what that's for. Thanks again. Ooh, crooked. Actually, there, now I'm straight. Thanks a lot for watching all this, guys.